Capture the White Mamba, the child soldier's commander, and bring him back to Mother Base. First off, head for Voila Yamasa.
So you're the so-called White Mamba. Something tells me that's not the name your parents gave you. You lose, Commander. Welcome to Outer Heaven. We got rules around here. Never draw a weapon on a fellow soldier. You got that? Use a knife or a gun. What you're gonna learn is how to use your head.
Let's move!
When you get that under your belt, then you're free to leave.
Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. Apparently they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at Zoya Madipur. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place. Take a good look at his face. That could be the target. He's coming too. Roger that. On board. Leave the rest to us. Target extracted. Now extract the remaining target. need to help her.
Come to rescue me. I was asked to show that man around here. Dangerous work. I hated every second.
Amazing, boss. Getting both prisoners out in that situation. Great work. Now exfiltrate.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Boss, we placed the 2 targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examine the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English wasn't one of them.
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter?
Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand! Hold her still! Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tight security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Snake? Thank you. You are always so kind to me, Snake. Come back again, okay, Snake?
Your mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt. That's the target prisoner. Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss.
Mono. Muke pangia General ve. Muke muntuya nabo ve. Nge mewaka yo ve mufwaka General. Mu vutidila kayandi yina ya salaka.
Roger.
Mono. Isimba. Amuno ya vima. This
is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
ya General ya Bakala.
This is Pequod. There's an obstruction at the LZ preventing me from landing. Request immediate removal. This is Pequod. There's an obstruction at the LZ preventing me from landing. Request immediate removal.
Alright, now you just need to extract the General's number 2. That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. Of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. Explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. Quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shivani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid. Boss, the target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Tati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Tati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find the route. Find the man. For the Human Rights NGO, he hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. But I don't get it. Why
Speak. Where are your friends?
A prisoner. He might have some information. If you extract him, we'll see what he knows.
Hey! Say alright!
Spit it out. Where are your friends?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Champion is Delta 6. Je voelt ons in die looppartij ter ballon. Het bleek ons te aandringen. Met de onderzoek. Word. Dat is CPF, begrijp. Alles gaat vallen, dat is niet ongeveer.
Picked up an intel file. According to this information, the target is headed for Gaziba Camp. We also have his movement route. I've updated your map. Use the target's route to locate him. Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gaziba Camp. Take him down on the savannah. He's coming too. Roger that. Boss, that person you Fulton extracted turned out to be the target. Your objective's complete. We'll let the client know he's been dealt with. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
worker was very talkative. Guinea pigs. That's what became of his kidnapped victims. Says he got a good look at that factory at Zoya Badiabulu when he dropped off some fresh guinea pigs for them, along with our man without a face. His instincts told him to run like the rat he is. Said it wasn't worth the money. Figured he could be next. That's when he went to the NGO for help. He thought that in exchange for his buyer's list, they could set him up with a new identity someplace far away. He had an idea who he was up against, and he didn't want to take any chances. A true rat. But like us dogs, he knew when he smelled trouble. And something else. He said the specimens come from deep in the forest. We don't know what he meant by specimens just yet, but those guinea pig symptoms match what we've seen on the infected at Mother Base. Deep in the forest. Maybe there's the clue we need to beat this infection. Boss, the truth could be right around the corner. Boss, about Eli. No matter how many times we talk to him, he just won't listen. He sees everything in terms of victory or defeat and still won't accept that you beat him. We're gonna have to put him in his place. Again. If you don't mind, come back to Mother Base and don't run around with him. Intel unit has gotten a lead on the epidemic that's crippling Mother Base. The problem is, our man has been captured by the PF in his operation area. He's being held at the guard post on the western end of the mine. Boss, we need you to get him out ASAP. Right now, he's only linked to the root cause of the epidemic.
Talk. Where are your friends?
Precies. Maatschappij met kindwerknemers.
subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Hey, fella. Let's come on.
The target's in danger. Get to the scene of the crash. Where's the target? That's the target. He's still breathing. Nice find. I'll send a chopper. Get the target to the RV.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
No, we can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Mission complete. And the target's safe. Time to figure out what the hell is behind this epidemic. Boss, the intel team member you extracted was DOA. He kept insisting we listen, right up until his last breath, about the pathogen, and the old man who knows how to treat it. Code Talker. He even told us where he is. Boss, let's make sure his death was the last. It's high time we met this Code Talker. Boss, make contact with the old man known as Code Talker. According to the intel team member you extracted, he knows what the epidemic is and how to treat it. You'll find him in a mansion deep in the valley beyond the forest. He's a high-value target who's probably involved with Cypher's research. This information came at a heavy price, and you're convinced security on site is gonna be tight. Watch yourself out there, all right? Make contact with the target, Code Talker, and if the treatment requires it, extract him to Mother Base.
Be careful down there, boss.
It's the skulls. Damn it. So Cypher is behind this. let your buddy die, Snake. I'm pulling them out of there. Tell me you took them all out. That's incredible, boss. Our men can rest in peace now.
Hey! Say alright!
Talk. Where are your friends?
iDroid information updated. There's more than one entrance. How do you plan on sneaking in? You gotta extract him.
Chefje, er zijn er twee. Die hulpbronnen is weg. Het bleek ons het aan de onderzoek. Word. Dat is CPF, begrijp. Als ik security in 15 indrunger. Uit.
He's coming too. Roger that. He's coming too. Roger that.
Moet Pieter gaan kijken. Volg mij.
Speak. Where are your friends?
We know where to find the target. Do whatever it takes to bring Code Talker back.
I've been waiting, Tilich. Or should I say, Bedachochale.
That's him. That's Code Talker.
Look familiar? It's infecting my men. How do we...
Silence. Or death.
What do you...
It could be in here. Stay quiet. Your life depends on it. Sit. The parasite has infected your band. Those are its larvae. They enter the throat and attach themselves to the vocal cords. They mimic the host's membranes flawlessly. No one can tell the difference. Upon reaching maturity, they mate. Sustained exposure to a particular sound triggers copulation. The resulting larva then feast on the host lungs, killing it. The particular sound is words. They attack only those who speak a certain language, not just one. I cannot say which language your parasites are attuned to. But silence is the best way to keep them from laying their children. This contains an herb that they dislike. Good. That should deafen them for a while. You have bought yourself some time. Speak.
Is there a cure?
Once symptoms manifest, larvae have already infested the alveoli. At which point, nothing can be done. There is a way to halt the onset, which would prevent infection.
I need your help.
He stole the ones I sealed away, forced me to do his terrible work.
Skullface.
Even a country like America sways in his wake. I could not defy him. The fate of Dene lies in his hands. However, perhaps the Nishia led you here. If my children have upset the Hojun of the world, it falls to me to set it right.
You've secured the target, but he's too old to risk a Fulton extraction. Put Code Talker in the chopper and return to base.
He claims they are the dream of every ruler since the dawn of time. Teach them your enemy's words, then unleash them on his lands, destroying only those who speak his tongue. He calls them his ethnic cleansers.
Ethnic cleansers? That's what Skullface is after. Then, in Zoya Badiabulo was... Boss, he's gonna wipe every language besides English off the face of the earth.
Ironic, isn't it? They gave us language. And now, they take it away. It is thanks to them that man first learned to speak. But now, the hands of their clock turn back. They've been warped by the hands of man.
Listen, Noorkebal. Ons van is uitgehaald. Jullie vreemde indringer. Alle eenheden. Maak in die gebied af. Moenie dat hij ontsnapt nie. Uit.
They know you took out the skulls. No sense rushing things now. Wait and see what their next move is.
Bijstand alsjeblieft.
Roger.
Dit is CP, begrijp. Verdere verlies is onuitvaarbaar. Hou jullie oor. Uit.
Boss, protect the target. If he dies, Mother Base dies with him.